Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Softball, and with us, head coach Marie Foster. And Coach, first of all, congratulations. Welcome back to the show. 8 more wins for the Bulldogs this past week.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
The Bulldogs certainly able to get in all their games. I know you had some weather issues here at times in the season, but a great way to finish the season, winning 8 straight over 4 days, including 3 here at home.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we weren't sure with the weather. You know, a lot of teams were in that predicament this year. And I was happy to get, you know, we were crunched and pushed all those games back to back, but it was good to have those at home and have good weather to play those 8 games.
You started off the final 4-day stretch here on the road at Saginaw Valley.
Yep.
Got a couple wins on Thursday. You come back at home as we go to the highlights on Friday and taking on Findlay in an important doubleheader against a team that was ranked 4th in the region coming into the weekend.
Right. We knew, you know, with these 8 games, it's tough to take 8. And so we kind of had a game plan there, and we were going to go our hardest at Findlay and Northwood because they were ranked in the region. And we came out on top on all 4 of those games, so that was good.
Great cause on Friday in conjunction with the game, the Title IX celebration,
Yeah.
and a ceremonial first pitch by a former Bulldog coach and Monica Folsky, and great to have her on hand.
Yeah, it was. It was neat to, honor Title IX and how much people like Monica, kind of paved the way for a lot of our sports. And it's interesting and it's fun to talk to, those that played and coached so early on and kind of compare the way it is now. So we're really happy to have her there and be able to celebrate that with us.
On the field, a couple big wins for the Bulldogs, both by 2-0 scores. You got 2 runs in the first inning of Game 1, and then in Game 2, you got 2 runs in the last inning.
Right.
A lot of scoreless action in between.
Right on the edges, right? Yeah, and we pushed them through. Obviously, we wish we would have hit and had a little more comfortable runs throughout the game, but we pulled it through.
How nice was it for your team to be able to play at home for the first time in a month and just the second time on the season on Friday?
It was good, and not only have we not had home games, we really have only had a few practices on our field. Because the days when it's nice, we're generally on the road and we're playing, and we've had, I think, 2 to 3 practices on our home field. So being there was good, and it allowed our team. We had a big stretch, and luckily for those 3 days, we had, they were able to sleep in their own bed and kind of do their own routine and have our fans there.
Again, 2-0 scores on Friday against Findlay, a big sweep for the Bulldogs, and started off the home action this weekend with a couple big wins. You come back on Saturday, and senior day, and always kind of a ceremonial day with 7 seniors, great senior class this year that you had a chance to honor between games.
Yeah, definitely. 7 seniors. If you saw, in the clip there, they were lined up almost from first to third with their parents, and so it was an important day for them. And it's also important for us to, one, we want to recognize that, but also they have a lot of goals and they want to, that was an important day for us to take too. And sometimes it can be challenging when you have those distractions, good or bad, but they did a good job turning those emotions on and off and getting the job done on the field.
Bulldogs probably the favorite coming into Saturday's doubleheader against Hillsdale, but the Chargers stayed right there with you much of the way. A couple close games. You win the first one 3-0, the second game a 4-2 victory.
Right, and I think that with our conference this year, and obviously this is my first year, is that you may be ranked in the top 3 or you may be in the bottom 3, and for the most part, there's not a team that we expect to just crush. There's Hillsdale has taken some games from some very good teams, and so we have to go at each game with the same mentality.
Dana Buller got the pitching win in Game 1, and we'll talk more about her in a little bit, but you were able to get Amy Dunley being there in the second game to give Dana a break, and she had a nice pitching performance in Game 2.
Yes, she did, and that was really important. Amy's a good pitcher, and she hasn't seen as many innings this year as maybe we anticipated, and I think that was a big game for her to kind of rebuild that confidence, and not only just for herself but our team, and see that she really, when she's on the mound and she's going to get things done.
After winning Saturday's games, again 3-0 and 4-2, you played 3 days in a row, doubleheaders both days or all 3 days. What was kind of the idea going into Sunday's doubleheader, a big doubleheader on Sunday against Northwood, both teams tied for second place in the conference?
Right. It was a fun game to go into. It was a big game for us because they were ranked regionally, but also to clinch that 2 seed going into the tournament. Northwood all year has put a ton of runs up, so and their batting averages are high. they were going to hit the ball. And so, we knew that we were going to go at them right away with Dana, and that we had to score when we had the opportunities to score.
Bulldogs got the runs they needed, winning both games, 2-0 in the first game on Sunday, 5-0 in game 2, and Dana Bowler pitching both games and both victories for the Bulldogs. And talk about her performance, 41 consecutive scoreless innings of work for her, 12 straight victories in the circle.
Yeah, she's doing her job. She's she has a lot of strikeouts, but she's not walking players, and she's hitting her spots, and she's doing well. And we talked about this is going to be a big stretch for her with these 8 games, and obviously we didn't want to throw her all 8, but we knew she was going to see the majority of those innings. And she's the type of player that wants the ball, and she's going to say, I want to be in every single inning if we allow her to. And it's her senior year, so she wants to leave it all on the field, and she's ready for it.
8 wins for the Bulldogs, and certainly set you up well for the postseason. Number 2 seed in the GLIAC Tournament going in to this weekend down in Findlay, Ohio, and also hopefully a chance maybe at an NCAA bid with the way the Bulldogs played this past weekend.
Right. We're hoping, after those 8 games that really pushed us up in those regional rankings, and I would expect that they would be. But if not, either way, we're going into the tournament expecting to come out on top and clinching that opportunity to continue to play.
What does it take for the Bulldogs to make a big run here in the conference tournament? Obviously, Grand Valley State wins the regular season. Bulldogs right in second place, Northwood right behind. A competitive field going into the conference tournament.
Yep, absolutely. Every team we play, even Tiffin, who's should be 7th in the going in, they took one from us, and I think they have a strong pitcher that I expect to see them, if we play them in that game 1. So our pitching has to be on. Dana has to be on, and we have to have defense behind any pitchers that's on the mound, and we have to bring our sticks. I think in the next 2 days that we have for practice, we're gonna hit a lot on the field. We kind of emphasize some of those areas.
28-12 here in the regular season for the Bulldogs. 20-6 overall in the GLIAC. Talk about some of the improvements you made since early in the season when you went down to Florida and to where you are right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're playing stronger now. I think we may have hit the ball a little bit more early on, but I think it's coming back around, and we've faced some tougher teams the last half of our season. So obviously you always want to finish strong, and going into conference play, you want to be at your strongest. So early on, I think we worked some kinks out. We've had some players in positions that maybe they haven't played before, or routinely haven't played. So I think we found our rhythm.
Well, best of luck to the Bulldogs coming up this weekend in the GLIAC Tournament. Congratulations again on a great way to finish the regular season.
Thanks.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.